Greetings, travelers. Welcome back to Diablo 4 during the server slam. This is going to be the last video, actually, I'm going to be posting of the server slam, just because today is the day Diablo 4 comes up. Right now, I'm currently going to be making content for that, so there'll be no point to really continuing on with the campaign in the server slam, just because it's Diablo 4's out, and I'm going to be playing that today. So I don't have like too much duplicates going on. I'll do a thorough campaign playthrough with Diablo 4, similar to how I've been doing it with the Server Slam. It was just because Server Slam isn't any different. It's just, they had tweaks and buffs going on during that time. And they were really trying to, test the limits of Diablo 4 by like letting everybody play at the max amount. Like they were tempting everybody to do, put max settings, do the max you can put out into this game. So that's really about it for the server slam. I mean, this video is going to be continuing off the tiny bit of campaign. Honestly, I think there wasn't a whole lot left after this, but so we're picking up after we couldn't cross the Black Lake to pursue Lilith. And so we have to get a blessing in order to cross the Black Lake and to finish the spell that what's her face's mother was making. But so we're back at the Church of Light, and now apparently Prava, the lady we have originally talking to, she's now over. Oh, she's probably over at the actual cathedral, I believe it was, campsite. So we're gonna go over to her. But right now we're back at the town. So yeah, so if you want to see more of Diablo 4, it's gonna be with the official campaign. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to start that. Just need to get this one video out so I everybody can kind of know that like Diablo 4 server slams now. Well, it's been over, but my videos are going to be over for it. I'm going to move over to the official Diablo 4 game now. So I'm going to start off as the Necromancer again, just so that way there's kind of a comparison. We can kind of compare it with the server slam and then with this, what they came out with. I kind of hope they fix that one detail that I'm currently looking at. They're supposed to have fixed it where the skeletons are not supposed to be seen in town. Like they kind of like die as soon as you walk into town. I don't know. I just think when you walk into town and skeletons disappear, then you have to leave town, kill monsters, and bring those skeletons back via the monsters you just obliterated. Well, that's fine. I don't see any problem with that because I don't know if the word's immersive, but that just makes sense to me. I don't know if it's a problem for anyone else or if it just kind of, I mean, for those who are going to speed run, those who don't want to spend the extra seconds to fight, a reason to fight monsters, to resurrect, or not resurrect, but like to cast up some skeletons. I don't know. I mean, it's like any reason to go out and fight demons. Yeah, that's kind of the point. It's kind of the point of Diablo 4. You're supposed to obliterate every villain out there. So it's like, I'm about to go into a dungeon or something like that. I'd rather go in, with my skeletons instead of having to hope you run into a good amount of enemies. You can easily just look to your right, look to your left, and then there's just a group of enemies. Oh, what a coincidence. Kill them off, make skeletons, then go into a dungeon. I don't know. It's just not that big of a deal to me. So if going into town they die, then you had to leave town, then you had to make more, that's fine. That's cool. I don't know, because that just makes sense. You don't want skeletons walking around town. But anyway, I'm rambling on about this whole one detail. Initially for Diablo 4, they still would have had a lot of tweaks and updates they would have done for the game. I think the one bit, I remember a lot of players had mentioned that they prefer to have in Diablo 4 was this overlaying map detail. I still don't know. I don't really know what that is. I mean, they're mentioned how they don't like opening and closing the map button, and like how the mini map is a little too small. I still haven't had an issue with that. I mean, yeah, I have to look at, open the map to make sure me following the direction of the icon of where my quest is supposed to be. Yeah, I might have to, backtrack, go down and then around to some like cavernous or some peninsula or whatever. But that's not a big deal. I mean, if I was playing, I think World of Warcraft, or especially if anyone knows this game, I swear. If you play like Lord of the Rings online, uh, you have to do that with the map anyway. Because even your mini map, yeah, it's small. It kind of points you in the general direction, but if you quote unquote follow the path or you go in the direction you blindly think is right, and you see the icons moving like quickly down south or it's going far away, it's like, oh wait, where am I going? You have to open the map anyway. But I don't know if any other game so far does it, but in Diablo 4, you can open the map, right click on where you want to go. It doesn't have to be like an icon on the map, like a dungeon, your quest, or anything like that. You can open up the mini map, right click, and go. Because again, on the mini map, it's going to show this like ink trail for you to follow. So I mean, I don't know. I don't want to change the map settings because it's fine. It's perfect as it is. But aside from that, when it comes to your skill points, I'm kind of curious how expensive it will be because you can refund your skills so that you can kind of rebuild your character, save you find legendaries that better suit you, and they give you extra points for a certain section of abilities. Then you might have to rebuild your character from that, or because of that. I don't know how expensive it's going to be because it's not like if you're level 50, these core abilities right here, if you try to refund those, they're not going to be like 500 gold pieces just for one reload. See, it's like 11. Yeah, so 11 right now. So I think it's gonna be 11 no matter what your level is. I think currently I'm 14, so it really hasn't changed too much. I mean, gold doesn't have much value. I mean, you don't really spend it for getting equipment because it's like 30,000 gold pieces for a common item that may be decent for you, but why spend 30,000 gold on a rusty shield or something when you can spend it on refunding skill points to adjust your abilities and such? But for the most part, I think skill tree, beautiful thing. I love you can. Well, I mean, Diablo 3, you can adjust where you want your skills to be on the keybind and all that. But I love every little bit of Diablo 4. But yeah, going through the town and all that, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like any of the Diablo games we had before. It just feels like a whole new thing as it is. It's not Diablo 2 just advanced. It's not Diablo 3 polished. It's its own new game, but it feels like a whole other game. And it's a really, really good thing. I like how, yeah, because I like it when you go in or out of town, you sheath your weapon away. And then when you go out, take out your weapon. It's like, I like that. So I think if I had like a sword and shield, or if like barbarians had 2 weapons and all that, they would, hold their weapons at the same time. That's the satisfying look. But the required essence. Also, just as a quick reminder, just see on the follow-up videos for I will be posting videos Monday and Friday, so if you want to see more of those, just click subscribe, like if you want to see more Diablo 4 content, tiny little to go to, but just like me slaughtering these demons, it means a lot to me. It's the same value. I promise. But actually, speaking of which, for Diablo 4 content, not really, but for other Diablo games, I'm gonna start on Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 campaigns as well. Probably not gonna just do Necromancer because it's not gonna look the same. It's not gonna be the same. They're gonna be different, different styles because the games how they came out at the time.
Carefully. I haven't much time. All of our men, Lord Evicus, was held in the ancient city beneath the mountain. We carried his body to the Sancturary, but he rose, thirsting for blood. Only I escaped. Please, you must slay him.
I like these small little mini quests. And you can always find a ton of these. I believe half of the time you're going to see them pop up on your map, especially when you open the quests and all that. You can see where they're going to take place and all that kind of stuff, or like where a quest might just pop up. Some are, I wouldn't say valued more, but some, dying here. Some of them seem to pop up as like exclamation marks, while other, I guess they all, I don't know. See, one of them I feel like some are more valued than others, but I think it's more like they pop up randomly. I don't think it's a timed thing because, I don't think it's timed, but events like this, they're periodically always setting. Like, as I'm doing this, once I finish, it's gonna be like a 30-second cooldown, then it can go back. But for those like mini quests, I really feel like they come up once in a while because it's like a tiny mini story. Because there's like either one and done, or it's like a 4-part thing. You have to go here, and then eventually you find the other person who is part of that same, first person quest. Like there's like a 3-part quest to this like mini story. But then for events like this, it's like a periodic, every 30 seconds after it's done, it comes right back. But for like mini quests, I don't think it's like once you do it, you'll never have to do it again. Oh, see, look, there's a glitch right now. That's something to keep an eye on for when I play Diablo 4. It should not be glitching up in the sky like that. But for the mini quests, I think this is just random because I know you're not gonna have to be doing the same one again. It should be done. But maybe if you left the game and re-put it up, maybe it'll come back. I'm not too sure. It doesn't really make sense because it's not like these like events where it's just, it's not like these kind of events. Oh, I like these ones though because they give you like the little obelisks, and they're similar to the blood shards from Diablo 3, where there's I think it's only in Kielvished that there's this one lady that gives you random items. Well, she will give out a legendary. In the first open beta, the drop rate of legendaries was insane. Like it was not 50% of the time, but it was close to that to get a legendary. But anyway, essentially that was like the idea is that you'll get random items from her. Either it'll be like a good boost, maybe it won't. But if you have plenty to spare, it's a good bet or a worthwhile one. I don't think this is an event, but it's just one of those. kind of encampment I walked myself into. Now the problem with my playthrough here in the Service Land is that I have yet to get a freaking legendary. But by this point, some people have like farmed 24 hours straight to get a legendary, which, I mean, hey, more power to you. I just didn't have time to farm properly. Look at this guy. Past me. Look at this. Yeah, my skills are doing terribly. I was trying to think about it too. I was like, why is it that my skills aren't doing as much damage as they used to? And that's because in the first open beta or early access beta, legendary popped stuff everywhere. And at 25, granted, how they had the Necromancer was a bit OP, but I don't know, it was fun. Admittedly, I don't think I ever died, but I don't know. I didn't play on Red Run at that time. I think I just played on the lowest setting, I think. And then on the open beta, I played as the veteran, just leveled quickly. I think the legendary drop rate was higher. I just can't remember. But I played all the betas, and just this one was not the worst, because legendaries and all that and rare are supposed to be rare, and they're supposed to be legendary low drop rate items. I mean, I don't know. To me, it is what it is. I mean, my character can still kill things, and it's not like I'm dying every 2 seconds. It's just I'm on the brink of death. But that's what healing potions are for. And the fact that there's still a cooldown for them, and you have 4 on hand. Oh, you can upgrade them too. As you level up, that storage space for health potions, it goes up as well. I think by 25, you can hold 5 healing potions, holy potions. But when it comes to boss battles, I like that they drop healing potions occasionally. But it is what it is. I know as you also level up the alchemist, actually technically when you level up, the alchemist levels up, and then you can upgrade the value of your healing potions.
Open the gates.
And then I also like the transition of the area that we're in. Sometimes it kind of looks off. Oh, here we go. We met this guy again.
You were good soldiers. Worked hard. Fought hard. Drank hard too. Brothers. Sisters. I hope you find peace in these flames.
Vigo, what are you doing here?
So you lived. I came clean to Trava about taking that woman's bribe. It's looking bad. My ass is on the line. Might not have a job when she's done with me. Hey, you're here for her, right? Let's go together. Maybe she'll go easy on me if you're there.
Not many could bear your sins.
This is no mere armor. This is a holy vessel of the highest craftsmanship. It may uplift the repentant sinner directly to the light. Can armor do that? Faith rather than flesh moves the suit, though how is only known to a privileged few. The practice has been long abandoned. Something big is coming. Holy war. Mark my words, she wouldn't have asked me to prepare a relic like this otherwise.
Brave of you to come back.
Hold. She's expecting us. Here we go. Good luck.
Have the new watch commander replace the forces we lost at the mine. So, you've returned. Vigo here tells me you were braver than he. First, you will be made worthy of a blessing. A holy war cannot be won with faithless troops. Make no mistake, this war is holy. Lilith has brought the eternal conflict to Sanctuary, and Inarius will deliver us as writ in prophecy. Until then, we have our parts to play. Make a pilgrimage to the Alabaster Monastery. Cleanse your spirit. Then we may discuss a blessing.
May as well make myself useful. Come by the ruins, south of here.
All right. So, in this part, we're going to be doing the holy pilgrimage. I almost said pilgrimage. Pilgrimage. I can't say pilgrimage. Oh God. But and for this part, we'll kind of segue into the continuation of the campaign, right? But from here on out, this will pretty much just be like the last video I have for the Service Slam. By the way, here for the Necromancers, you can I don't want to say it. You don't have to summon all of your skeletons all the time. If you choose to sacrifice them in general, they will give you a permanent buff, but you can't summon any more skeletons. So I can't cast A anymore. Now it's gone. It's not like, oh, I can cast it to get a buff. No, it's a permanent buff now, but I can't summon anything. I believe, though, it should work where if you sacrifice your skeletons, you can still summon the mages. And the mages, I think, have a pretty good value to themselves. But I don't know if I would rather have the mages and skeletons or just have the golem. Because I don't know. I mean, I love the army aspect, but I also like just being able to murder everything on my own. Because in Diablo 3, it was a bit of a tricky thing because your mages died after like 30 seconds. Specifically after summoning. The only good thing about them for me was the fact that if they dropped a corpse, and then I'd use Corpse Lance. So then I can summon like 15. Well, 15 if I had a certain legendary build and all that. And then as well, I think, what was it? The enemies died, they dropped a corpse. And then if my mages died, they dropped a corpse. So it's just constant flow of Corpse Lances. But here, since they're permanent until they die, then you have to resummon them. They have their own little buff if you choose to sacrifice them or not. But I don't know. Here, I'm not gonna find out too much.
There's a shrine west of here. Bears a relic. I'm told it takes on your sin. Weighs you down, body and soul. Beats the hell out of you. It'll cleanse you. Prepare you to stand before the Father. I hope you don't have many regrets, friend. This kind of thing is a lot deadlier for some than others. Watch out, all right? I'll find you at the end. Nothing good. Lost more than a few worthy soldiers to it. But it'll clean you up for Inarius. Rare honor for an outsider. If you can call it that. No.
I'm not ready, not by a long shot. Even if I could survive the trail, there's no telling what would happen in the end. You, though, you have a solid chance. I had my doubts. The priests were always going on about the return of Lilith. But now she's here, just like they said.
And the race is off. To find whatever it is we're looking for. Also, still very curious how everybody else has played in the world of Diablo. Because I still haven't played Diablo 1. I know the story well. Do I know it in detail? No. But I know the story. I would want to play Diablo 2, but I think with how Diablo 2 is played and how long I've played Diablo 3, I don't know how well I would do with Diablo 1. Because Diablo 3, I can't even really consider that being a grind in comparison to Diablo 2, and Diablo 2 is not even the same as Diablo 1. It's like, the further back you go, the more you actually have to farm and grind, reset dungeons and all that just to level up, get the best equipment, all that kind of stuff. In Diablo 3, the drop rates were insane, and if your magic find was high enough, rares were extremely common. Actually, not even if your magic find was good. It was just by a certain level and all that. Oop, I think we found it. But yeah, I don't know.
Hark, creature of darkness, for you have wandered beyond the reach of the light. Lift your sins, breathe deep the cold air. The path to redemption lies before you, if you have the faith to walk it.
Actually, okay, before I even think about it, I feel like the Church of Light has, and it's no coincidence to the vibe now, but I feel like the Church of Light's not entirely good. Like, certainly feel like it's not, they're not what they say they are. They're not as good as they believe they are. I mean, sure, they're good. They're not demons, but, you know, their leader is a freaking angel, but
I'm out of this.
there's something off about how they do things. I have a weird feeling, but I have already played the free portion of the campaign for the previous betas, so I do know how like the first part ends, but I'll leave that to either of you seen it from anyone else's playthrough, or you'll see it in my future videos. Because from here, this is going to be the last video I have through the server slam. Yeah, so it's like kind of happy, kind of like the birthday of Diablo 4. It starts today, and it's gonna mark the day of a lot of gamers hiding away for 48 hours, just grinding on Diablo 4.
Feel the sting of your wounds. Let the ice into your bones. Welcome your pain, for the agony of the flesh is the first cleansing of the soul. Make your faith stronger than any hurt.
As I slay these next few demons, actually ghost apparitions of Goatmen, this will be me signing off of Diablo 4 Server Slam. The betas have been absolutely fun. I believe Diablo 4, not being biased, I believe Diablo 4 is an amazing game, a good comeback for the Diablo franchise. Diablo Immortal, fantastic. It was good. But Diablo 3 was the better game. But then Diablo 2, significantly darker and a better tone. So Diablo 4 really brings all that back. But yeah, if you want to see more content for Diablo 4, don't forget to click subscribe and like the Diablo video so I know you want to see more. And also, be posting videos Monday and Friday. So I'll see you if this guy doesn't stop throwing his mirrors at me. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. For the most part, though, yeah, I'll be continuing off with Diablo 4. I might pick up where I left off in Diablo 4. Like, I might just continue off here. But I will see you guys in the next video.
Look around at the mountains towering over you. Feel how small you are. Embrace humility. Accept your place in worship to the Father, for He has shown us the way.